Hi, I'm Wendy Chin-Tanner, and this is Turn, my new poetry collection, which is coming out from Sibling Rivalry Press on March 14th, 2014. Turn is a memoir in verse that's written in 3 parts. I'm going to read to you a selection of poems from each of those parts. I hope you enjoy them. 1. On the beach where they played the shell game, my eyes looked out to sea. Walking, forgetful of last steps over broken sand, I wished then to know nothing, wanting only to fuse with the fog rolling in, to reach the city of light shining, surely, over the horizon. Tempest. 1. Before the rain, the river sweeps its gusty air down the street from the promenade. A cloud of dust gathers over her halo of permed hair. 2. She is sweeping the front stoop of the Dutch house with crab-like steps. Short legs bowed from the births of 7 children, and I, the only daughter of the second unwanted daughter, watch the passing cars splash the puddle always lingering at the curb, waiting beneath the umbrella of the Brooklyn tree for the first cool drops to fall. 3. One morning there is a fuss. Mother beats my legs with the bamboo handle of the feather duster, and I run. She follows me, silently waving Mother away, and soothes me with the smell of her, of tiger balm and something acid and female underneath. 4. My wet cheek slipping against the back of her silky floral shirt, she hoists me into the Mai Tai she made from scraps left over from the factory. Though I am already too big, and she had urged Mother to do it for my own good, she says, so I would not become a monster. 5. I am her creature, her Caliban, or am I Miranda with my thin winter skin? Mother says I'm the child of milk, eggs, and avoiding dark foods during pregnancy. 6. It has been years since I have passed through those squealing gates, but every stain, every scar inflicted on the surface of that house finds itself a home within me. The rot of the kitchen floorboards, the soiled splotches on the velvet couch, the barren garden leveled by a storm, and the boxes stacked up to the chandeliers throughout that once majestic space, making a maze. 7. It's easier to remember these details, to no longer feel the night gaping outside the window, the yawning maw waiting to swallow me whole. The scenes of my memory have, like celluloid, unreeled, melted into dreams. 8. It's easier to forget the Saturday in November, the bag of apples in front of the TV showing Fist of Fury, with him using grandfather's knife to turn the skins of each bright fruit into single red strands before biting into their floury white flesh, bite after bite, eating one after the next insatiably, and me, hands clutching my own apple, trying not to let my eyes stray from the screen. 9. In my own bedroom at home with Father, a dresser drawer drops onto my foot, and even before the shooting pain comes, the big toenail turns a deep purple black. But I stifle the howl, afraid of Father's anxious anger, and gingerly pull on my pink knee socks. 10. I do not ask for Mother. Instead, I call for her, as I did when, delirious with chicken pox, the late summer rain had turned to hail, and that transformation of the soft drops into hard frozen pebbles became forever tangled in my mind with the marks on my face. 11. I beg then to be taken to the Dutch house, where in the kitchen I show her what I have done. She speaks gently, then mixes a poultice, Prospero, grinding dried medicinal bees together with a foul-smelling herb steeped in bitter wine. 12. She holds grandfather's lighter under a fat sewing needle until its sharp silver point glows orange and blue. She pierces the shell of my ruined toe. It releases the pressure so that magically the blackened blood oozes out a cheerful red. She covers the drained wound with cotton and gauze. 13. She promises in a quiet voice that this will be our secret. Persimmons on Sunday. In the kitchen, I smell the pungent perfume of persimmons overripe in the sun. Imagine their burnt orange bodies quartered into jeweled wedges on a good china plate. In the palm of my left hand, I hold the gelatinous speckled fruit as I have seen my mother do, while in my right, the knife I'm not supposed to touch glides through the flesh so fast that it slices without thought into my 4 extended fingertips. I'm watching this happen. The alizarin streams, the viscous juices trickling down from wrist to elbow, the red riven from the orange, a curious astonishment before the sting. Shame. I did not swallow, but held it, folded like a secret, in my mouth. Two. I had fallen in love with the water, and after years of fighting its rough, salty waves, I was washed ashore, raving, tumbling over and over myself like sea glass, head over ass. Winter. I dared you to tell me what you could not say, and you did. Then, fecund, fucking madly behind drawn blinds, there was no day or night in the noisy bed. Ever contrary, you were in the frigid air, a poinsettia blooming, simple and naked, big body laid atop sheets, heat broken. It was winter. The short days lent themselves to talk, and frozen, the river paddled by night, stood erect in peaks of ice. The afternoons grew longer, and the river ran again, the water rushing, my waters, quickening, unplanned. Free. Pregnant, skin thin as wet rice paper, tense membranes separating water from water, body from body. The bottom spills suddenly out from the pail. The absence remains in my hands. Through the bathroom door, I hear my husband and our little girl above the tempest in my head. I cannot drown their voices singing about ducks and fish and washing. Those first months, it was her insistent cries for milk and the tender gush that would release me from the squalling. Breasts filling and draining to the rhythm of her clucking chin, my mind would wash clean as her drunken eyes fluttered closed. I have told myself the story of my life in 10,000 conflicting tales. I have pored over them with a jeweler's loupe for true stones, meanings, and despite such careful study, nothing could hold back the surge once the swell had broken. I had wanted to lie next to them, as if they held the answers in their 4 open hands, as if my vigilance could keep us safe, as if language and names and places could be clean. 3. My pockets are empty. I have let go of all I have known to stand here, to look both ways before crossing. saying yes. Though they said that you would, you do not forget the pain of your sacrum and pubic bone yawning wide open like a rusted gate that could not close. And when she was flopped onto your breast, of her face unfurling before you like a fist, as the grip on the bird fluttering in your chest let go. Grasping both your hands, she scales your body like a monument, heels digging into the fascia of your thighs, feet perching square on each of your hips, and you imagine that you could sail up like balloons over what had ruined you. The wrong beginnings, the wrong turns. You wonder if, after all, you haven't missed your chance when, poking her snub nose into yours, she fixes you with your own familiar gaze and asks, "Mama, are you happy?" Her voice lifting up so high. "Mama, you say yes?" Alzheimer's. As if childhood had not died, as if the intervening years had not passed you by, giggling, she is peeking at you through the widening lacuna, signaling ship to shore, unmoored but restored to your own private time. Her face, the face of your waking hours, mother's milk gone sour. If you let it be again, as it was between you, then what would happen to what happened, to what was real or true? What would you do? And this is the final poem of the book. It's called The Wheel. We fought the summer before I became a sophomore. You slammed the drawer, and I closed the door. And when you shouted from the stoop as I swooped into the subway, I didn't know that we would wait a decade to break the silence we made impossible to betray. The incense burns before the effigies, cardboard cars, spirit money, minor deities, the family tree blackening in the urn. The wheel turns, and we love again, not in spite of death, but because. Thank you.